Hello and good morning. It's a wonderful, wonderful work morning at Workbay, and this is the second in our series of Candid Monday conversations. And today, our dear member that we have got here with us is Poornima Balakrishnan. Poornima, tell the people who are actually bothering to watch the video a little bit about what you do.
So I'm Poornima Balakrishnan. I'm actually from Chennai, now live in Mumbai. I'm a conservation architect. I'm a freelancer, but I consult now for the Archon Trust for Culture. Basically, I try to work towards restoring old buildings. That's the simplest explanation I can give. Jokingly, if people have watched Love Ajkal, sort of like what Deepika Padukone was doing, but she definitely looked hotter and sexier. I'm mostly covered in dirt. But
I think you're far cooler, but that's my take. I just love what you're wearing today.
Oh, thank you.
I think it's so super cool, and I'm sure Deepika could take a leaf out of your page. Okay, now let's talk more about why conservation. Because it's not something that everyone does.
Right. So I think my love for old buildings started when I was pretty young. My mom is an artist, and what she'd do when I was a child is she'd go to Rome and she'd take these secret videos walking up Sistine Chapel, and she'd come back and literally torture me to watch these videos with her. And she'd talk about art and history and all of that.
Okay.
And then I went with her when I was, I think, 11, and I saw it for the first time myself. And I was like, oh my god, what's up with these old buildings? And then I joined architecture, so my basic degree is in architecture.
Okay.
And my bachelor's, I was lucky enough to meet a person who was a conservation architect at that time. And she was showing us this project of a building called the Senate House, which is in Chennai.
Okay.
And she was doing the restoration of it. So she was talking about how there were several layers of paint, and they peeled off the paint, and they found this beautiful old wallpapering intact, and they restored the whole thing along with the structure. And I was absolutely in awe of it. I was like, okay, let's find out more, and that's sort of how it grew, and different things sort of reinforced it after that. So
Wow. So imagine, wonderful. So did you study further, like after your bachelor's?
So after my bachelor's in architecture, I went ahead and did my master's in conservation of historic buildings from Bath in England. And after that, I did a graduate internship with the Gary Conservation Institute in Los Angeles, and then moved back to India.
Gosh, you got to study so much to be a conservationist.
No, actually, that's an odd question, right? So in India, sadly, to touch an old building, you don't specifically need to have a master's in conservation.
Okay.
Whereas in UK, for example, you need to have an architectural degree or a civil engineering degree. On the other hand, in UK, you could be a carpenter, but unless you have a master's or a degree in conservation, you can't touch a heritage building. So it's sort of funny that two different countries which have so much heritage, they deal with it so differently from each other.
I think that's brilliant. That's really brilliant, and I think that's what we need in India. But having come to the Indian scenario, let's get local. Workbays and cars, Santa Cruz, and you also told me that your residence is close. So any beautiful buildings around the area that you may have specifically noticed with the conservationist eye.
So Sacred Heart Church, which is
right
right opposite us, there's some beautiful Art Deco buildings. Art Deco basically somewhere between 1940s and 1970s, in fact. And in fact, Bombay has the largest, after Florida, has the largest number of Art Deco buildings in the entire world. And there are some people now in South Bombay who are actually documenting pretty much all the Art Deco
I've been
buildings
reading
that are
about
there.
it.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting what everybody's.
Okay. Any special comments on Sacred Heart Church since you mentioned?
They were doing some restoration work. I haven't got a chance to be inside after the work. I just near the temple. So I've not yet seen what's
That's part
inside.
of the co-working culture, ethos, whatever you call it. Okay. And it's very, very interesting, hearing about these things, and maybe we'll talk about it at length. But right now I want to thank you for being a part of Workbay, and also
Actually,
ask
it's
you.
my privilege.
Thank you. But also ask you why Workbay? Why did you choose Workbay?
So the Archon Trust that I work for right now, it's It's in Hyderabad and in Delhi, so we don't have an office in Bombay.
Sure.
And I could work out of home, but I have a 2-year-old.
Oh.
And I don't have colleagues here, and I'm fairly new to the city. So I thought, I think an environment of a co-working space works great. Also because we don't have the politics of or conflict of work, because people are from different streams, and so we chit chat over lunch on different topics. Like yesterday we were talking about Game of Thrones, and like the other day me and Samir were having another discussion. And, so it's fun. It's a nice place to sort of meet people with different interests, and you learn so much more from them than I would do by sitting alone anyway. So yeah, this is a fantastic experience for me.
Thank you so much, and I do hope that our association will be long,
Yeah.
and it will be fulfilling for the both of us, as in for all of us. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Most welcome.